Hi guys, my name is Jayne, better known as GI Jayne to some, and today we are at Titans Gym in Mentor, Ohio, one of my absolute favorite gyms of all time. This is where I do all my personal training here at Titans Gym. So today I'm just going to give you a little background about myself and how long I've been doing what I'm doing. Not only am I a personal trainer with ISSA certified, but I'm also a group fitness instructor. And I've been a group fitness instructor since, I don't even want to tell you, but I've been a group fitness instructor since 1984. So I've seen the fitness industry change over and over and over again, in good ways and bad ways also. But one thing is true, you don't need the latest equipment, the latest foods, anything like that. All you need is dedication and commitment to be fit for the rest of your life and just stay healthy. In the 80s, women didn't do weights. I mean, it was kind of like, some women did weights, but it was mostly like the bodybuilders. So back in the 80s, all you do was cardio. So you just jumped around or you ran, you did some ab work. So that was my first experience in the gym. And it wasn't until the 90s when the women, very early 90s is when the women started doing barbell classes and more weights were introduced in group fitness. So then the 90s was really when I really started getting more into the weight aspect of the gym itself. I think I was 18 when I started running, and like I said, back then all there was cardio. You jumped around in a classroom. When I started teaching back in a basement of a church, way back when I was 18 years old, all you did was have a boombox, you turned the radio on, and you jumped around for 60 minutes straight. That's all we did. So I started off with that, and then I even continued teaching during college. I would teach in the wrestling room for the students. And then I taught throughout all my pregnancies until I literally dropped. And then I never stopped teaching. I basically have never, ever stopped teaching. And then I probably have had my ISSA for 8 or 9 years as far as personal training. Up until then, it was all group fitness. There's like a lot of fad, obviously diets out there that I'm sure you all know about, which I totally disagree with diets in general. To me, the best thing you can do is just modify and moderate everything that you put in your mouth. You know, moderation is the key to success for anything. And, you know, saying you can't have this, you can't have this, you can't have this, you're not going to be able to do it for your entire life. You're just not. So if you find a eating program, a healthy eating program that you're able to stick with for the rest of your life and maintain being healthy and fit, that is one that you should, you know, stick with. And also, as far as fitness fads, pieces of equipment, the BOSU to me is a phenomenal piece of equipment for individual use with the personal trainer. But I've seen classes that they use BOSUs in with 20 people, and there's so much risk for injury with that BOSU trainer that it just, I cringe every time I see a class with a lot of people doing the BOSU. So it's an excellent piece of equipment for one-on-one training with the personal trainer. I think it's very good.
You're talking about one of those guys?
One of these guys, yeah. You can really screw your knee up pretty good on this thing.
Like just a
well,
mistake.
confidence, and that is something that I love to watch, because if they continually come back, the best thing for me is not even so much weight loss, it's the confidence. All of a sudden they're in the back of the room and they're kind of like shy and they're just kind of unsure, and then maybe 2 months down the road they're getting themselves into the middle, they're making friends, and then pretty soon they're in the front row and they're feeling phenomenal. And that's what it's about. It's about the confidence that I see in my clients and all my participants in class. Form, I can't tell you about form. Form is everything. Without form, you have nothing. And I'm very old school with a lot of my exercises. I don't like to be complicated with anything. I still think that your basic exercises, even with dumbbells, even with barbells, are what is going to enable you to see success with your fitness program. So they just have to know that, especially here at Titans Gym, everybody is so friendly that you can ask anybody. You can ask the big dudes, you can ask whoever you want, and they will take the time to come over and they will show you exactly what to do and tell you what you're not doing right. So it's a very nice atmosphere here for that. Always had that passion. Once I started teaching in that basement of that church, just seeing the energy and the enthusiasm from the participants was just overwhelming, and I said, you know what? I got to do this. All right, guys, thank you for watching this today, and thank you, Russell, for taking the time out of your day to do this. And I just want to let you know that I do have a YouTube channel that does have some workouts on it. I do try to post them every couple, at least 2 or 3 a month, and that's GI Jayne Fitness. And that's at Yahoo. And then you can also find me on Facebook on GI Jayne Fitness. That's Jayne with a Y, Jayne. And then I'm also on Twitter, all pretty much the same, GI Jayne Fitness. So I hope you guys all have a great day and stay healthy, stay fit, and stay happy. See you later.